Hello, and welcome to the 10th episode of the RP-1 series. The first thing I'm going to do is head to Mission Control and accept a contract. I think we can complete the first Rendezvous contract very shortly, so I'm going to accept it. Then I'll use some funds to upgrade R&D, and here you can see our VAB is finished being upgraded. With the new VAB, we will be able to build 2 rockets at the same time. This will cut our build times down a lot. Here we are on the pad with a new beta launch vehicle, ready to launch Fixus 1. This will be the first geostationary satellite. Being geostationary, we have to travel all the way out to this pink orbit, all the way out here. Because of this, we need lots of delta V. This is why we have to use the beta, because we need to send an extra stage up to perform the necessary burns. So I guess I'm going to fire up the engines and lift off. Roll program and pitch over. Looks like our center engine has failed. I'm not sure if we'll be able to reach orbit even if we overburn the outer engines. We'll see. I'll try it anyways. I don't really have a good point in just terminating the flight. Instead, I'll see if we can make orbit. MECO. And second stage ignition. Okay, I don't think we're gonna make it. We're gonna be a bit short. Yup, look at that, 300 kilometers short. You can see we ended up re-entering the atmosphere and the craft ended up being destroyed. We'll have to launch another mission later down the line to try again. But with a new day comes a new launch. This time, Threshold 3. This launch is going to be quite different from the previous Threshold launches, as we are actually rendezvousing with a target, meaning we have to launch at a specific time. And so, Maria Long climbs into the highly maneuverable Mercury capsule and fires up her engines. Here we are reaching orbit and cutoff. After upper stage separation, a problem is encountered. The engineers claim that Maria is just a bit heavier than the other astronauts. But whatever the cause, we can't control this craft because the mass is higher than what the avionics in the Mercury capsule allow. As such, Maria will attempt to burn off as much RCS fuel as possible. This also raises her orbit slightly, meaning that she'll encounter the target faster. But because of an off-center center of mass, the capsule begins to rotate. Maria has to switch between using the fore and aft thrust in order to keep the capsule from spinning too rapidly. She continues doing this until the mass is eventually low enough to control the capsule using the avionics on board. After burning her orbital maneuvering engines, Maria is on course for a rendezvous with the target. After a few short burns, Maria is able to approach the target. And as you can see, it's simply a piece of space junk. More specifically, it's the upper stage from the first threshold mission. After station keeping for about 45 minutes, Mission Control instructs Maria to pull the Mercury capsule away from the target in order to minimize the risk of a collision in the dark. Maria's mission is not done yet. She has a contract to complete. But then, she started to lose her mind. It turns out the engineer's comments about her weight had a negative effect on her mental health. However, Mission Control told her to deal with it and that she could come home when the contract was finished. But there was another problem during re-entry. Due to her weight, Maria ended up traveling further during re-entry than was expected. As such, she ended up landing in the African wilderness. Really not the best place for someone who just had a mental breakdown to be, but whatever. But here's a real problem. We want to upgrade research and development, because it's just about time. But we need 500 grand to do it, and I'm not willing to do that right now, because it would only leave 75K in the bank, and we need more than that in residuals, just in case. So I'm going to wait to upgrade. We'll upgrade it with the cash that we get from this mission. This mission is yet another lunar orbiter. Oh no, it looks like the skirt broke the upper stage engine. I've had this problem a lot. I think from now on I'm just gonna not detach the skirt and just run with the booster engines all the way up until second stage ignition. So I guess I'll just range safety the vessel. Here we are with another beta launch vehicle. This time we're launching Fixus 2. Hopefully this time we can make it to geostationary orbit. So I'm gonna fire up the engines and the liftoff. MECO and second stage ignition. All right, second stage ignition looks good. Oh, maybe it didn't look so good. Looks like this mission is gonna be another failure. All right, here we are with yet another lunar orbiter. Hopefully this time it can make it. This is a replacement for our last one, which failed to launch. TLI, and we're on our way. We've spun ourselves up, and we're getting ready to ignite the SRB to slow into orbit. All right, it looks good. Crap, wait a minute, no, we're tilting. That is not supposed to happen. Our RCS just isn't powerful enough to stop it. Oh no. Oh no, oh god, we're gonna like crash into the surface. Okay, so to make sure that we don't crash into the surface, I'm gonna have to fire our other SRBs upwards. Here we go. Okay, I don't think we're gonna crash, but we're not gonna complete the contract. This is our final orbit, very low periaps. We will still be able to get some science. I'll point us towards the sun and spin us up. We didn't complete the contract, but we're gonna get some science, so it's not a complete loss. And we definitely learned something. Before the next mission, I have something very important to show y'all. Look at this. This is going to be an upgrade to the beta launch vehicle, really to all our launch vehicles. This thing includes a Hydrolox upper stage, the Centaur. But first, we have another beta launch, this time Fixus 3, and hopefully, I'm praying this time we make it to geostationary orbit. after riding a geostationary transfer orbit out to the right altitude, I'm gonna relight this Agena engine. All right, here we go. The acceleration is gonna get insane. Here we go, and cut off. All right, I think we got pretty close. I can adjust it with RCS, but look at that. It's counting down. So I'm gonna spin up the satellite in the direction of the sun. I can release it, and then I can deploy the solar panels. And as you can see, we've completed the contract. Okay, R&D, we are going to spend some R&D points. We're trying to get closer to the second generation capsule so that we can actually launch Gemini. But I'm going to buy some better rocket engines. I'm going to buy the advanced materials stuff, as well as, I think that's enough for now. All right, and with the cash we just earned, I'm going to upgrade R&D, finally.